Hey everyone, welcome to Dive Deeper.
Hey guys.
Yeah, so I'm so pumped for this weekend. Hopefully by now you know what I'm talking about. Fall retreat at Kingswood Camp. Wow, wow, wow.
It's gonna be sweet. Any details we should go over tonight, Oliver?
Yeah, sure. So you need to get your own drive, and drop off is at 6 p.m. out at Kingswood Camp. So that's really important. Do not come to the church's building at 6 p.m. on Friday. No one will be there. You need to get a ride to camp.
And then pickup is at the camp on Sunday at 1 p.m. Also, make sure to look at the registration form for the list of what you need to bring. Make sure to pack extra clothes because it will probably be really muddy and wet. So bring rubber boots, plus indoor shoes and lots of changes of clothes.
Yes, please bring a change of shoes to wear inside so we don't track mud all around.
Also, another announcement, we won't be having Dive Deeper next week since most of us will have had a busy weekend at the retreat. So sorry if you aren't coming to the retreat. That means you kind of miss out, which is too bad. So sorry about that, but we'll see you again for Dive Deeper on November 30th, and then we have Rally Night on December 7th.
Awesome. All right. Well, let's do a warm-up question then. What was your favorite movie as a kid and why?
Good question.
So Caleb, what stood out to you in Acts chapter 7?
Yeah, well, verses 51 and 52 really hit me as I was reading through. And so that's what I journaled about in my soap journal. Could you read it for me, Oliver?
All right, verse 51. You stubborn people, you are heathen at heart and deaf to the truth. Must you forever resist the Holy Spirit? That's what your ancestors did, and so do you. Name one prophet your ancestors didn't persecute. They even killed the ones who predicted the coming of the righteous one, the Messiah whom you betrayed and murdered.
So, what did I observe about this? Well, first of all, Stephen, who is speaking here, comes off a little harsh.
Yeah, I agree. He's very serious about what he's saying here.
Right, and so I observed that he was harsh, like I said, but that he was speaking strongly against the people of the Sanhedrin, who were the ruling religious leaders. Basically, he's telling them that they have it wrong, that Jesus came to be the Messiah, but that they're missing it.
Right, so you observed Stephen giving a strong message to these religious leaders about missing the point, about resisting the Holy Spirit and going off track. So how did you apply this to you?
Yeah, well, what I wrote down in my Bible, sometimes I take notes in my Bible as I read it, was, do I do this? Next to, do you resist the Holy Spirit? I was questioning with God, am I resisting the Holy Spirit? Now that's a bit of a big concept that might not make sense to you, but the way that I took it there was basically, am I missing partnering with God in the world? Is God doing things that I am resisting?
Yeah, I feel like we all do that at some point.
Right, and I think we do. It's hard to stay in tune with the Holy Spirit and see what God is doing all the time, but I was challenged to do my best to be in that place through this chapter of Acts. My desires changed in that I want to never resist the Holy Spirit.
Okay, so what do you want us to talk about?
Well, one thing that can be really hard with going along with God is when He is leading you in a direction that you do not want to go. Like you feel God telling you to go become friends with the person that nobody will talk to because they're an outcast at school. You really don't want to do that, and so you don't lean into that, and you are resisting the Holy Spirit. But if we can name those things, it becomes easier to actually do them instead of resisting. So here's what I want you to discuss. What are some of the things God asks us to do that you find difficult?